The morning started like any other. I rolled out my snowblower at 6 a.m., ready to clear the driveway after last night's heavy snowfall. The sky was pink with early light, frost glittered on the mailbox, and the air smelled crisp and clean. I didn't expect trouble. Trouble came fast. A notice from the HOA had been slipped under my door. Snowblowers weren't allowed before 7 a.m. I stared at the paper, disbelief mixing with irritation. 6 in the morning? I'd lived in northern winters long enough to know when snow had to be cleared immediately. The HOA didn't understand the practicalities of snow or the rhythm of the neighborhood. I had always tried to follow the rules, but this was ridiculous. My driveway was buried under inches of heavy snow, and delaying cleanup could trap my cars, block mail delivery, and create hazards for neighbors. I fired up the snowblower anyway, watching the white powder fly. The machine roared. The air smelled like melted snow and gasoline, and my frustration eased slightly with every pass. Yet the notice lingered in my mind. Something had to be done. Later that day, I reviewed my property documents and discovered the HOA had an easement through my backyard. They used it to maintain common areas, sure, but it also gave them physical access. An idea formed, precise and satisfying. If they tried to enforce unreasonable rules, perhaps they needed a taste of their own medicine. The next morning, after removing snow from my driveway, I went to the easement gate. With proper notice and documentation, I temporarily revoked the HOA's access. They couldn't enter my backyard until further arrangements were made. It was legal, careful, and deliberate. A quiet reminder that rules worked both ways. By mid-morning, the HOA's maintenance crew arrived, only to find the gate locked and their access denied. Calls came, polite at first, then frustrated. I explained the legal basis for my action. Unreasonable restrictions violated my property rights, and their access depended on respecting my home. Neighbors watched with quiet amusement, some asking what had happened. The situation was tense but controlled. The HOA had assumed authority without accountability, but now they faced consequences. The snowblower ban had triggered an unexpected stand for fairness and logic. By the afternoon, the HOA relented, scheduling a meeting to discuss reasonable hours for snow removal and easement access. I unlocked the gate, letting them resume normal operations. But the lesson was clear. Arbitrary rules wouldn't go unchallenged, and property rights had teeth. The snow lay cleared, the driveway safe, and the HOA had learned a small but meaningful lesson. I returned inside, savoring a cup of coffee, smiling at the morning sunlight glinting off the freshly shoveled driveway. Sometimes justice is quiet, practical, and completely satisfying.